Shirt Tuesday. I got this tight shirt on from Barbell Apparel. It's just medium. I need to. We got a 10-week challenge coming up. I got to lose a couple of pounds just for that summer. That summer, just taking that and letting my chestises and my breastises come out. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, I mean, I got this. It is Tight Shirt Tuesday, y'all. You guys gotta follow suit. So last night I watched I Care a Lot, which is a movie on the Netflix, and I do think Marla Grayson will go down as the most hated woman of all time. Dude, that movie is so good, so crazy. I think Carol Baskin takes it for last year on Tiger King. She definitely took it. That woman is annoyingly like toxic and creepy and ugh. But Marla Grayson takes it. So when you guys see that movie, definitely check it out. She is. There's something about a real powerful lady in that that movie. I Care a Lot. I thought she was sexy, extremely. I thought she was sexy, extremely sexy, because she had all that power. I like that. I like that. She was the boss, and you got Peter Dinklage in that, dude. Peter Dinklage as his character in that. It was like a emo meets bad guy meets Russian bad guy. It's like they kind of stirred it all up. Really good. Peter Dinklage, amazing, so good. So. Speaking of being really irritated, I am sorry I have been a little dicey these past couple of weeks. Actually, about a week and a half. I took my Everlywell and got my results back from my test, my Everlywell test, and that's an allergy test. And when you send something in like that, and you're really hoping, it doesn't come back. The one thing that I was hoping for, like, to not come back and me to be mildly allergic to, it came back. And I'm highly reactive or something like that to it. And I got to be honest with you, I opened the email and I said to myself, I was like, fucking piece of shit, whole fucking test, you bag of dicks. I said all that because I'm allergic to egg whites, and I eat 2 eggs and a cup of egg whites every day. Have been we're going on a week and a half of not having it, and I'm going through egg withdrawals. I have that. We've been on watch. My family's been on watch and on notice. That my behavior could be a little erratic. I almost said erotic. My behavior could be a little erotic at times. Yeah, I'm just, I'm so erotic right now. So yeah, I mean, I sent the test out and I was really hoping that it would not say that. And it said the one thing that I didn't want it to say. So, things are looking good. Things are looking up. When I have an egg sandwich, it's just called a sandwich now. And when I have a sausage, egg, and cheese, it's just a sausage and cheese, So, do I feel like something is missing and my heart has been ripped out? And yeah, I do, because that's my staple. I like breakfast dates. I like breakfast at night. I like my dinner to identify as breakfast, and I like that's my truth. And I just get, dude, I'm upset. And you know what? My girlfriend's freaking test comes back. Her test comes back. And she's like, "Oh, it's so sad that you can't have eggs," and blah blah blah. She's like, "Well, I'm with you because I can't have winter squash." Winter squash? What the hell is winter squash? I know it's simple, winter and squash. It's winter squash, but nobody gives a shit about winter squash. There's nobody sitting there like, "Oh my God." They're like, "What's wrong? What's wrong, Mary? What's wrong?" And you're like, "I just can't. I can't have winter squash. Oh my God. Nobody says that. I mean, I could see if it said like, hey, no more pumpkin spice lattes or some shit. That would be different. But winter squash, give me a freaking break. Sorry. Yes. Super upset about the eggs, man. It's super upset. So yeah, the test came back and I'm pretty pissed. So that's always a good time. The Facebooks. So I see so much going on Facebook, and I was told yesterday, the day before, how do I stay so positive or just kind of silly goose? And listen, there are things that are out of our control. There are things that are in our control. There are things we could speak up for, and I do all of those things that somebody is going to kind of throw at me, all that crazy on Facebook. I don't treat Facebook as this thing other than treating it like, just to make people laugh and enjoy. There's two things that annoys the shit out of me on Facebook. One, the people who are like, excuse me, is this on? Excuse me. I will be leaving Facebook. I'm leaving Facebook because people are just toxic. They're extremely toxic, and they are just toxic. And I am leaving because of the toxicity of our city, okay? And I need to go. When you do that, just know, most of the people are like, good, because you were fucking crazy to begin with. You were nuts. And everybody's just like, okay, let's just scroll on by. I'm sorry. I can't deal with that person. It's like, just go. It's okay. Just go. It's fine. I mean, like, I get it. Like, sure. But go. It's okay. Just go. And then the other one, which is a similar person, and the person does this when they're like, just cleaning out my Facebook. Just cleaning it out. People who disagree with me. And for me, it's like, listen, you could have an opinion, you can have an opinion. Even if the opinion kind of pisses me off a little bit, I'm not going to let it ruin my day. You wrote it on Facebook, you know what I mean? And you used the wrong there. So it's like, I can't take you that seriously. And by the way, I still 100% seriously don't know the difference between there, and there. I'll be honest with you. I should have stayed in school. But, the thing is like, the people aren't going to take you all that seriously. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I'm cleaning it out. These people that just disagree with me. And good luck with that. Good luck with not ever having any of your ideas, any of your thoughts, any of the things that you say challenged. It's like, good luck with that. What you want is compliancy, and what you'll get is stupidity, because you gotta have your ideas challenged. You need things to be discussed. That's the best part about this. Like, I had a disagreement with the astrological signs. I think they are just straight up kooky lady, crystals in the pocket, essential oils behind the ears, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think of the astrological signs. And I just expressed my, disagreement and disdain for them. I'm joking, but some people did take it a little, And the thing is if you do, that's fine. That's cool. You're a person. Cool. That's awesome. But the thing is like, when you're doing that and you're like, gotta clean it out. These people are toxic. They're all toxic. It's like, or maybe they just disagreed with you. It's like, it's okay. It doesn't matter. And having a discussion on Facebook that's not in like video or something, like just typing, oh my God, good luck. It's like, I like the color purple. And it's like, you're a bitch. And you're like, what? Or it's like, if it's on Twitter, forget about it. You'll be like, I really enjoy the color blue for shoes. I really like it. And they're like, you're a piece of shit. And you're just like, what the hell? And a lot of it is just trolling. They're just trying to get a reaction out of you, and you're falling for it, which makes it worse. So it's better you just kind of ignore those types of things. And if people disagree with you, you can think about it, hopefully, and maybe see it in a different light, see it in a different way. yeah, you could look back on my Facebook. I mean, there's so many things. It's embarrassing. I said, I remember in one of my posts, I was like, because I broke up with this girl, and I was like, it was like, I can't delete these. I can't delete these pictures fast enough. I need to move on. And it was like, okay, you're being a little over dramatic and you're very sensitive, Ben. Old Ben, 25-year-old Ben, and then you have, where, I would post stuff about, you name it. It's just about being an asshole just after that, because you go through those cycles, you know what I mean? Like men and women go through cycles when they date on Facebook. The Facebook cycle is, I'm good. I need somebody who appreciates me and I'm amazing and blah, blah, blah. So you say that, then the next stage is that person now, or the person you thought now comes in, and now you're like, oh, out to a brewery with Andrew, or hanging out with Brittany at, some Mexican restaurant, whatever. And you're posting, and then nothing, because now you're so caught up with them, and then every once in a while you'll throw a picture up of, you two like sitting together, or you're sitting on a fence, or you're under a bridge and your like noses are touching and it's fall. You do that. If it's fall, it's like, oh, we're going to drink apple cider and go pick pumpkins or apples. And then if it's winter, it's like, pictures of you guys wearing, Christmas socks together. It's just your feet. If you go to the movies, it's just your feet in the screen. We know this. And then what happens? You guys break up. Then it's that you need to find somebody that appreciates you for you. And you need to, and it gets like, it's just this big, giant circle. So I try to keep all that stuff off social media. Do yourself a favor. Try it. It might work. Talking about Ben knows your relationship, and I just gave you a little tidbit on that Facebook joint. I was going to put this out there, a catfish story. I have been catfished before, and it wasn't, it just the fish, the fish that catted me, the cat that fished me, was a little bit larger of a fish. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. And some people will say that I am insensitive and that's mean, and you can't look at, but listen to me, okay, Smalls? Listen to me, Smalls. You're killing me, all right? And I'll use myself as an example. 5'8", I'm a short guy, okay? If I tell a girl that I'm 6 foot or 6'1", or I identify as 6 foot, 6'1", and and I show up, she can be like, what's your little short troll ass doing here? You know what I mean? If I tell her I have blue eyes and I show up with these freaking beautiful browns, she'd be like, oh, hey, man, I thought you had blue eyes. And I'm like, nah, it's cool. It's not cool. You know what I mean? If I just show up, so the thing is like, it's all good until it happens to you. People are like, you need to accept people for what's on the inside. And it's like, yes, but you also need to aesthetically or be sexually attracted to what's on the outside. So I'm just going to kind of throw that out there and preface, just kind of pre-warn you about all those people who are like, you need to accept. It's like, what do you want? What do you want to do? You want me to just act like I'm like super attracted to this person and I'm not? Wait till it happens to you, and then you'll be like, you know what? He's got a point. He's got a point. So I remember talking to this young lady. She gave me the dimensions. I saw some pictures. Now those pictures later on, I found out through. I remember this guy that I know, Tim. He used to post pictures about people who edited their body on social media, and he would show you these little changes that they would make. And I didn't even know people did this, because I was like, well, why would they do that? Because then when you really see them, then it's kind of a bummer. And then I've looked deep down this rabbit hole. I've gone like 6 months of researching this, and it's insane how people do this. So you could see it. It'd be like a girl posting or a guy, flexing his biceps, and he would pull his biceps up to be bigger, and you'd see it in the back of the wall. The wall would look like it was like warped. And when this young lady that he brought up, it was a booty pic, and what she did is she pulled her cheeks back a little bit, like, okay, I'm gonna pull this with Photoshop, and you saw the wall, the side of the doorway just kind of have this like strange David Blaine Chris Angel, thing going out on it. You know what I mean? So I didn't know that people did that. So then I started looking closely at her pictures. I looked closely at the pictures that she sent me. And guess what? The walls was like American Horror Stories or like Haunting in Connecticut. The walls are starting to move a bit. They're wiggle walls. You know what I mean? And you can't have wiggle walls. You know what I mean? Unless it's a paranormal experience. So I noticed it was around her waist and around her butt and around her face, her chinny chins and her face, her cheeks and her cheeks. You know what I mean? So the thing is then I was like, okay, I don't acted like I didn't see it because I was, we were hitting it off. It was great. But then, I go for a ride with my buddies. I'm on my motorcycle, pull into a Dunkin' Donuts. That's the hot spot in New England. Dunkin' Donuts are where it's at. They're everywhere in Connecticut. Dunkies, along with potholes and Dunkin' Donuts. Potholes, snowstorms, Dunkin' Donuts. That's what this is all about. And Subarus. Everybody drives a Subaru up here. So listen to me. So I see her sitting on a bench with her friend. And I get off my motorcycle. She does not see me. Okay, so then she gets up to go to the trash. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not trying to be mean. But 50 pounds heavier. At least 50 pounds heavier. And also, the hair, the eyes, all of it was like her eyes were different. Her eyes were different. Everything was different. Skin was different. The filters, like back then, like filters like kind of just started, like, and people were using them, but not like that. And I remember I got off my motorcycle, I looked, and I was like, oh boy. And I turned red. And I remember my buddy's he's like, what's up? What are you doing? He's like, you're not going to come in? I'm like, no, because I didn't want to run into her and then make it weird and make it awkward. So I got catfished, and I saw my catfish out in the wild. I saw the fish out in the wild. And you know what I mean? I'm glad that I didn't, meet up, because I could never do that to somebody. I've always been maybe too honest. And I think that's probably cost me a lot, to be too honest. But, and like I said, I know, I sound like some sort of dick here. But here's the thing. Until it happens to you, I'm telling you. And all these, so what you'll get a lot of people right now going, oh my God, that's terrible. And they're all married. They're all married. They know everything about the person that they're with. Now, trust me, let's say that person, something happens in the future and you have to go date. Then you'll see what I'm talking about, because it is treacherous out there with all these filters and apps and bodysuits and high heels. They have high heels for guys now. I was talking about wishing I was taller, and Amazon's like, hey, do you want to put these things in your shoes to make you 5'10"? And I'm like, what the hell? I feel targeted. It's like, hey, add a couple inches. And now Extends for some reason is showing up on my my Amazon's like, hey, you want to take these pills? No, I don't want to, Ron Jeremy. I don't want to take those. So it is like it's all good until it happens to you. And that's what I always tell people. It's all good until it happens to you. When that dude, imagine, okay, ladies, listen to me. So just say you're in your apartment. You're in your apartment. You brought the guy back home. You brought the catfish back home. Super handsome. Awesome. You know what I mean? He says he's 6 foot. Then all of a sudden he takes off his shoes, and this dude is 5'7", 5'8". He just turns like he's now looking at your nose. His forehead and eyes are looking at your nose. And then you're just like, oh, okay. It's like, then what? I mean, I'm sure, yeah, I love him for who he is. Yeah, you love him for all 4 inches that he's shorter. That's fine. I'm just trying to be real here. Just trying to be real. You know what I mean? Like if I have this shirt on and I got some chesticles on me, I have a chesties, I got these tits. I got these tots on me. So all of a sudden I take off my shirt, and then you find out that the shirt, which they do make, by the way, has padding to make it look like I have more of a chest. And I just take this off, and you're like, I'm just saying. Listen, I'm just trying to be real. So I am looking for a catfish story. I'm really excited to talk to this person about their catfish story. I'm hoping I can get a good call in for that. This week's Hell Yeah or Hell No. The first one, which is hanging your feet off the bed. Hanging your feet off the edge of the bed means the monsters will get your feet. The creepy things that you think of at night will get your feet. The shark, the great white shark. In my head, I worry about great white sharks, bedroom great white sharks all the time. Boogeyman, you name it, getting your feet. I don't understand how anybody could hang their feet off the edge of the bed. I don't know of anybody who does that either. I've asked around since this time, so I feel like you take serious risks if you just hang your feet off the edge of the bed. What does that also say about us, like, as a society, though? Like, what does that say about us, like, the people way back in the day, Like, they didn't talk about shit like this. At least I don't think they did. They were like, hey, I hope, Margaret doesn't die of smallpox next week, and man, I would really like a different coat. This gray color is really depressing, or whatever. Like, back in the day, like in the 1800s, they didn't talk about, like, Billy, do you hang your feet off the bed? Bill's like, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, why not? It doesn't matter. Like, to me, I almost feel like the things that we complain and these weird fears that we have, like, people didn't have them back then because they were so worried about dying all the time. So, yeah, I mean, I think, no way, I'm not hanging my feet off the edge of the bed. And, 89% said, hell no, they are not hanging the feet off the bed. And whoever this 11% is that said, hell yeah, they'll do it, you guys should be, in the military. You guys should be, in that show Alone or whatever, where you guys just kind of stay in the wilderness and live off yourselves and the land, because you guys are savages, okay? I won't even do it just for a second. I start to get that eerie feeling in my feet and in my heart bones, and it's just like, I'm going to die. Somebody's going to grab my foot. You guys are insane. The second one, which is Little Tree air fresheners. Now, here's the thing. I know an awful lot about Little Tree air fresheners because I sold one at a car wash when I was a young man. We had a ton of these Little Tree air fresheners, so many of them. We had that whole wall. It was just stacked. Oh, my God. Okay, so I just got more. So let me just read some of the ones before we go in. Ryan Schmitz says none. None. No Little Tree air fresheners. Taylor says black ice is the only option, which I get. Lindsay Neal, black ice because it smells amazing. We all know who the favorite is in Little Tree family. It's obviously the black ice. And they had one, it was like black ice berry or something. And that one was actually pretty good too. So here's my thing. When I was at the car wash, the ones that would get stolen the most and the ones that would be out the most was new car. Like, you'd be like, where the hell did anybody ever pay for these? No, it would be new car would be done, because a lot of people who have old cars want their cars to smell like new cars and can't afford a new car. So they buy a new car, Little Tree air freshener, or in this case, steal it for their old car. Yeah, that made sense. If you knew what was up on date night on around Friday, I'd observe at the car wash. I love working at the car wash. Shout out Platinum Car Wash. I love working at the car wash. I had so much fun. And yeah, it was a hard work, but it was fun. So the thing is you'd observe on Friday nights, everybody's going to go out. You're going out, so you'd wash your car, do this, vacuum it out. And then you knew the guys and the ladies that were going out. And they wanted to make sure whoever stepped in that car were like, hey, black ice. You smell that? $129. I only spent $129 on this, and this made it smell that good. If you get a 5-pack of it, it's only like $349. I know. So you'd go in there and they were ready. They were ready for their dates. You'd see them some of the times they're already dressed up. They're already like in their date clothes and they still got like 4 hours to go. And a couple of times, I'm not going to lie to you, I have taken a black ice tree, a little tiny tree, and I rubbed it on my chest one time. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't have any cologne. I was going to go hang out with my buddy, and he's like, hey, I got all my friends are all over here. The girls are here. And I was like, oh, man, I'm not going to lie. I put a little dabble of the black ice around my neck. Is this the erogenous zone? No, I don't think this is the erogenous zone. I feel this is your neck. This is just your neck. The erogenous, I think it's erogenous everywhere. I don't know. We got to look. Okay, so the erogenous zones. I didn't really put that around my erogenous zones. Oh, no, I did. Erogenous zones for men. Ears. That's the erogenous zone? I don't like that. Neck. Small of the back. And inner wrist. That's the erogenous. I know some sex therapists is like, obviously you don't know, you uneducated swine. I guess there is something to that song, my neck, my small of my back, my inner wrist, and my ears. Yeah, that's what it should have said. Yeah, and then for women, it is nipples, inner arm and armpits, and navel and lower stomach. So I'll remember that time. Just tickle their armpits. Nailed it. And so I did put the Christmas tree, or the little tree black ice around my erogenous zone, my neck, okay? So you're welcome, ladies. All right, so it was 48% said, hell yeah. Oh, no, hell no. 52% had hell no to these little beautiful trees. The next one is gray sweatpants. Scrotes my goats. I programmed that button. I'm really proud of that. Scrotes my goats. Yeah, that's what I think about the gray sweatpants. Scrotes my goats. That's what I think of. Scrotes my goats. You're able to see you're able to see a little bit of everything on gray sweatpants. I think that's why they rose to popularity. Fellas, come on, man. We know what we're doing. You walk around, with those gray, sweatpants in public. I feel like it's a dinner bell for people's eyes, for their eye holes. And I feel like they are just, if you're a dude, you're like, what the? And if you're a girl, oh, hey, how you doing? And it's, and you know that. So it's an attention grabber, So I say, hell yeah, keep it going. Yeah, show it off. Show off the piece. Show off the beans and the weens. And I'm all for it. And I think it is just scrotes my goats. I really do think it's just scrotes my goats. Ooh, 84% of you said hell yeah to gray sweatpants. Shocker. I thought it was actually going to be higher. I thought you guys would be like 100%. On Facebook, by the way, it is 100%. Gray sweatpants all the way. I'm going to go buy a pair because I ripped a hole in my pants yesterday. That's 4 out of 5 of my pantsuses have holes in them from deadlifting. And I went down and I felt it rip even more when I did my deadlift yesterday, and it was not good. Kim Kardashian. Now, Kim Kardashian is going through a very, very interesting thing, and I'm sure none of you saw this coming at all because she was, with Kanye West. She's going through a divorce. Kim Kardashian's net worth is estimated at $780 million. $780 million. Kanye West's net worth is about $1.3 billion. So you have such a great couple. Really people should look up to them for advice and the way that they should do things. So you have those great, fine examples of what a great relationship is. So they're going through a divorce that's awful. It sucks. And I don't even care if I don't know them. That still sucks. But it's estimated that this will be a $500 million plus divorce. That is insane to me. Kim Kardashian, to me, as she started out, and I'm 32, so I got to see her start out in a very different way than some of the kids seeing her now. I saw it all. I saw a lot of Kim in some very some good videos, some good quality. Kind of, it was actually kind of blurry a little bit. I wish the quality was a little better, but yeah, she's been in a couple good, good films. And, but she's done a hell of a lot for, lowering a lot of the brain cells in young men and women. So I like that too. So it's hard for me to, I'm trying to think of like certain things that I think that she's done well. And I can't think of any. So, and Kanye West, I was a huge Kanye West fan. And then he just kind of got a little too, biblical for me, really got too preachy for me. And then obviously there's some things going on with his mental status. So it's like, there's a lot of stuff to that. But this is about Kim. We're going to vote on Kim. I'm going to say a big old hell no to Kim Kardashian. I can't think of anything that she's done that I would be like, is, I mean, like, and I'm sure there's great things. People are pointing out, hey, that's not fair. She's done so much. And you're going to be like, okay, cool. But you didn't, I saw her start out. I watched 2 episodes of the Kardashians, and I was like, what is happening? Why is this so popular? And what is going on? And I think it's done. I didn't get it. I don't get it. So I know I'm just an old grumpy man. So 68% of you said hell nah, and 32% said hell yeah to Kim K. Sorry, Kim K. I was really looking forward to having you on the podcast, but you've been hell nod, so I can't have somebody that they don't want to see on the podcast. I hope you understand. If you guys, I want you guys to tag somebody that you want to see on this podcast. I am looking for 4 guests, so I want to be able to do 1 each month. Tag somebody that you would like to see me have a good conversation with, and we can get this going. I'm super excited to have some guests on. I'm out of here. I'll see you later. It's Tight Shirt Tuesday, baby.